I feel as if, in order to make an introduction, I must first find a way to connect with my listeners. And by that, I must first honor or be honest of who I am, where I'm from, and why I chose to become a critical thinker. I think that I was always a critical thinker, even as a child. Some may even call it a loner per se. But my realization about being a male or being a man was sort of hard to understand, or somehow hard to grasp the concept based on coming from the confinements of the black community, which we call today the hood, which is nothing more than a modern day concentration camp, locked up within the confinements of a government-ran neighborhood. I guess you can say me, a black boy between the ages 12 or 13, realizing that he, like many other black boys, were in this world basically solely by themselves, even particularly in our own homes that we grew up in. A single parent home, to be exact. And I guess that's the way I looked at my life, even into my entire adult life. I guess even when I evolved and matured into evaluating the concept of what it is to be a man, in so much as to what it is, what is it to be a black man? From a boyhood to manhood, I always thought, and I'm constantly thinking, of what is my purpose on this earth. And I'm sure that many other men think that way too. But as I see it, for the last 300 plus years, black men and black people in general have been defined by their usage to and for the progress of making this country what it is today. Through building, through slavery, segregation, Jim Crow, to today's through the newspaper, news media, and also today's social media, even through the eyes of our black women. Somehow I think that she's literally seeing us black men through the eyes of white-owned media corporations. It's become a hard journey into understanding of what it is to be a man based on what the black man has become today and what he has been faced with. Real nigger males to real niggas, which later on in some of my videos I will be willing to discuss. A day when nigger males were defined by his abilities to work hard, to breed, to build, and to provide based on the definitions of a slave master. Think about it. And that definition has been passed down from the plantation to the breeding farms and to generations later into the mines and into society's homes today. Slaves, real men to real niggas, which, like I said, will be discussed in some of my later videos. Being taught how to be a man based on someone else's way of thinking. The black man in America today has not been defined as a man, or even understands the true concept of true manhood based on the knowledge defined by himself. He has literally been bred to learn a secondhand knowledge of who he is as a man, and forced to define himself basically without a father outside of the slave owners' way of thinking, or a father who only could give him knowledge of what it is to be a man based on his own knowledge of what's been passed down to him. It's sort of like a slave owner's concept. Hard worker, strong back, and a great breeding buck. Today's society and the woman's concept of a black man, hard-working black man, a provider, strong black man, aka protector, and a great lover, actually known as a great breeding buck. He's still looked upon subconsciously as a male slave or as a tool or equipment, only to be used until he dies. Critical thinking from a thinking black man.